Hello everybody, Ed0626 bringing you some extreme Russian bias in World of Tanks. Today I'm playing on the map Mountain Pass, and for some reason, every time I play Mountain Pass, it either goes either extremely well or absolutely horribly. As it turns out, this gameplay was both. And I'll explain as time goes on, but extreme Russian bias. Well, it seems as though every type of game I have with Russians in it, in terms of vehicles, always has some sort of bias. World of Tanks, War Thunder, it's just that something about those tanks are really fucking good. Especially the T-34 tank, as you are seeing me use right now. So I'll explain as the video goes on. But basically, there are two tanks that I love to play with when it comes to the Tier 5, and that right there those tanks include the M4 Sherman and the T-34. There might be like one or two other really good ones I enjoy playing with, but this one's my favorite. This one and the Sherman are my favorite. They're just so good. They hit really fucking hard, and they're extremely fast. And I think the only downside to this tank is the fact that it actually is a lot easier to kill than meets the eye. Because I've been in some games with the T-34 where I got incredibly decimated. Like, just absolutely destroyed. And I didn't know what happened. As soon as I would run into enemies, sometimes there might be 3 people shooting at me, and probably within 1 or 2 shots, maybe even 3 shots, I'd be dead. The armor is not fantastic when it comes to the T-34. Historically, the T-34 is actually a really fucking great tank. It's actually one of the most mass-produced tanks when it came to World War II, when the Russians were like, hey, we need something to beat the German armor. They made the T-34, and the rest was history. I mean, there's fucking documentaries that can cover this shit all the time. Now, as you can see in this game right now, my team is officially shit the bed. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. It seems like everyone went one way, and I was smart enough to go a different way. And as it turns out, this clip may seem familiar to some of you because it did come up in the anniversary montage last year. This is where the extreme Russian bias comes in, and this is where the anti-arty bias comes in. For those of you who don't know, artillery is something that's been highly debated upon in the World of Tanks, whether it's console or straight up PC version. And this is right here is how you take out artillery. Look at me. I come up behind these motherfuckers. They had no idea where it was coming to them. And here I am, just absolutely laying waste, or about to lay waste, to 3 artillery, the only artillery on the team. And I'm just like, you know what? You've been fucking with my team for long enough. I'm going to take you out. And of course, this guy has to be a little bit difficult. He's giving me a bit of a fucking problem over here. So thank God I took him out, but it cost me my tire for a few minutes. My heavy tank, wherever the fuck that may be, is apparently non-existent. And right there is where I make a crucial mistake. This is where it's not so much the tank's fault, but it's the actual player's fault. So I take 100% responsibility for what is going on in this clip, in this part of the video right here. I run into a tank destroyer. Now, granted, these types of tank destroyers I would not normally fuck with on any, or I would usually fuck with because they're incredibly hard to aim and they have to maneuver around to aim. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I have to figure out how to get this. While I'm at it, this, as you can see in the top of your screen, this is where the enemy team eventually lands on our flag, and they're actively capturing the flag as I am actively trying to do the same. The heavy tank is somewhere on the map, and I have no fucking clue where he is. And at this point, I have no health left, so I have to play my cards very, very carefully. And finally, the tank destroyer is an absolute moron, and he decides to push me. Now, I figure my tank is fast enough where I could at least maybe get to the other side of the map before it's too late. But unfortunately, this is where the bad side of the game comes in. We end up losing the game because the enemy team capped our base. This is what happens when you're the only decent player on your team. It doesn't happen to me often, and it's happened more often than not where I have to carry the team, and this is what happens. So I tried really hard. I almost got there, and they just capped it as I was about to like enter the spawn area where we started the game. And God, I was so mad too, because I've said to myself, if I can pull off the ultimate comeback, it would have been crazy. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is Extreme Russian Bias. I hope you all enjoyed. God bless the T-34, because had it not had the firepower that it had on those artillery, I would have been fucked much sooner. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a great day, and peace out.